Hello and welcome back. Let's touch upon commodities now, where we have seen a bit of a profit taking come in. Remember, the Asia started on a positive note, but since you've seen the China trade data come in, and that has been slightly pessimistic, and that has given some profit taking. So you have 1% of a cut coming in for the base metal prices, especially copper at this point in time. There has been a turnaround in the energy space as well, with NYMEX trading nearly 1% down, and the Brent crude prices also are 0.5% on the lower side, and gold also is nearly $7 to $8 down in the markets in the Europe right now. On a weekly basis, of course, this week has been slightly positive for gold and for the base metals as well. Even energy prices holding around $93, $94 has been positive for this week, but the intraday market today, the last day of the week, is trading negative. Let's get in then. Ashok Mittal, and he's CEO Commodities and Currencies Emkay Commotrade, and he joins us on the show. Ashok, hi, welcome to the show. Let's start with the crude prices first. Nearly 5% of a gain coming in for the NYMEX this week. How do you see the next week opening up and trading now?
Hi Manisha, I think for the short term we can see some kind of a impact of Chinese data, where a little bit of negativity has come, and at the same time, since we have run up quite a lot from the sub 80 levels, so some kind of profit booking also happening. But I think the overall tone will not really change drastically, and we will see some good support coming at somewhere about say $90 or so. So I think the downside should be limited, because this Chinese data also has given some hopes to the market that China has to actually do some kind of activities where they should support the prices, and also some kind of stimulus coming from Chinese government. So I think the downside should be limited, but for the time being, for next maybe 2-3 sessions, we will see pressure on the prices on the international markets. However, that impact in India may be slightly lower, because rupee is also not depreciating. So when you convert the price into rupee, you will see that fall may not be exactly the same what you see on the international markets.
Look, how would you look at the precious metal space? Because while the data or rather the policy meetings in the previous week, whether it was ECB and Fed, did not give the expected stimulus, gold still seems to be holding around the 1600 mark. Would you say that it's holding on its own fundamentals, its own strength, and speculative buying now?
If you see in the last few sessions, gold or in fact bullions has not really moved too much. It's very tight range, and we will expect the range still to be somewhere close to say $16 plus minus say $20. So $1600 to $20 plus minus. So I think not much movement happening right now. So what we are expecting right now, some kind of selling being seen here on Indian market, say 30,100 to 29,800 range should be there, and we will expect some selling coming at the current levels, but we will also expect from the lower levels we can see some buying. So while for a day or maybe two you can sell gold, silver, etc., but not for long term. And currently I think people are not really expecting much to happen from say Europe or US in terms of stimulus coming or support being provided. So we have not really seen physical demand in the gold right now coming in. Indian economy or monsoon is not doing well, so we don't really expect too much of demand coming in. So somewhere a little bit of data which will impact the price for the short term, but I think overall trend will remain slightly on the higher side, but very range bound right now.
Also, what's your sense coming in for silver? Gold is up nearly 1% in this week. So is the case with silver as well. Closing this week at least in the positive right now. How do you look at silver? Are you looking at 54,000 kind of levels coming back into the Indian markets?
See, silver also has stuck in a very tight range. So we are not seeing below 52,000, nor seeing say above 55,000. But I will expect that since the base metals are looking a little weak, so for right now silver may get some kind of a correction. We may see somewhere about 52,500 to 53,000, and then buying there. But whether it will really break above 55,000, that is a question.
We spoke about crude prices, Ashok, but we haven't touched upon the natural gas. That clearly is an outperformer for 2012. Even as crude is down 5% for 2012, the natural gas prices have actually doubled.
Yep.
Are you looking at further gains for the rest of 2012 now?
In fact, we have come out with a strategy report, and we are quite bullish for long-term perspective in natural gas. In Indian markets, we are expecting 215 to 220 rupees target, because fundamentals are quite strong, and we expect prices to remain higher. Although, like any other commodity, for today or for 1-2 sessions, there may be some correction, but we don't expect these prices to fall below 150 levels. So, buying on dips is advisable, and we still expect that natural gas should actually outperform and should continue performing on the upside.
What's your take on the Chinese data today, Ashok? Because that has been on the bearish side, and that clearly is impacting the base metal pack as well. How do you see the copper prices closing this week now?
In fact, Chinese data has not really given any support to the market, and they have come very negative, and that impact we have seen coming on the base metals. So maybe the base metal will remain under pressure for some more time, Manisha, but at the same time, our idea is that this should give some kind of a hope to the market that if we are not seeing anything happening from Europe or US, China should do something, and that hope is really somewhere keeping the prices still intact, and we are not seeing copper falling, say, below 7,000 on LME. So we will wait for some time, and we are expecting that in next few sessions, the Chinese government may come out with some kind of a stimulus or some kind of a relaxation or some policy decision which should help the prices to support. And that, if that does not happen, then obviously not only base metal but also the energy prices will remain under pressure.
Absolutely, your point is well taken, Ashok. One final quick word on the rupee as well, because most of the rupee calculations in the Indian markets have been very, very volatile.
In fact, since yesterday we have been bullish, and 55 in the spot market and 55.20 in the future market, August contract, we have been expecting to hold on, which actually was support yesterday, and now we are expecting somewhere close to 55.80 and maybe 56 rupees level for August contract. So we are bullish on dollar rupee.
All right, Ashok Mittal, we'll let you go at that. Thank you so much for joining us. That's the cue coming in from MK. Bullish on the rupee, but bearish on most of those commodities on the last day of the week. So a sell call coming in for gold, crude, silver and copper for the intraday market today with him.